Santos, you just might get it. And oh no! Yes, Santos!
Ooh, I'm so angry, look at me. Oh, I'm coming for you. He busted his forehead with a brace of how angry and rushed he was. Oh god, what a doofus. Today we're here to talk about the beautiful weekend that I had. Had a great weekend. The beginner's course started this week. That was fun. My training at the gym's changed, so now I'm back at doing some barbell presses and barbell squats. That was fun as well. Oh, and I put Oskar Leube back in his place. That happened. Oh, my friends, let me show you some context because boy, do we need context. We're gonna start this journey all the way in Barcelona. On the 13th of April, Revolution Pro Wrestling went to Barcelona. Goldenboy Santos made his debut in RevPro against Oskar Leube. Well, they actually known each other for a while. Goldenboy spent a little bit of time in WXW at the same time that Oskar Leube, before he went to New Japan to be a young lion, was also coming up in the WXW dojo, so they're no strangers to each other. They had a very intense and grueling match.
After David Francisco's actions last week at the 229 in London, I think it's safe to say that Goldenboy Santos is the most popular Portuguese wrestler here in Revolution Pro Wrestling.
I don't know what's up with Andy. He has the right to have favorites. I understand that. You're not going to please everybody. But if you think that this is bad, this passive aggressive coming from him is bad, you wait until the way he reacts to me later. But hey, you're not going to please everybody. It's the way it goes. Santos in control.
Big eye rake. Big eye. Oh no, one boot from Leube. Turning him round. Hoists him up. And no, Michinoku driver.
1, 2, 3.
And Oskar Leube got the win.
Yes.
But he had to resort.
Say it, Andy. Had to resort to what?
He had to resort to depths we've not had to see him resort to before in Revolution Pro Wrestling. Ultimately, it was a rake of the eyes that led to his undoing.
I'm not the one saying it. I'm not the one saying it. You heard it from someone else's mouth, not mine. Look at that right there. Look at Oskar Leube raking someone's eyes. Look at him. This is how he defeated Goldenboy Santos. And we all admit that this happened. This eye rake happened in Barcelona and stayed in Barcelona. No one has discussed the fact that Oskar Leube did this ever since RevPro returned back to this country. I haven't heard anyone kind of be like, hey, Oskar, what was that? Interesting, isn't it? We are just letting it slide. So I guess it's okay. That's established, right? Oskar Leube won with an eye rake. Cut to a couple of weeks later, I am wrestling Oskar Leube in Sheffield.
Leube now lifting Francisco right to the eyes from Francisco and Leube. Charging, sidestep, roll up from Francisco. The feet on the rope. Give me a break.
And he sounds very appalled.
David Francisco has just stolen a victory.
Oskar Leube kind of resorted to the eye rake. Oh no, look at that. Anyways, let's move on. Let's not talk about it. I stole a victory by doing the same thing that Oskar did a couple of weeks before. How is it okay for him and people just look to the side, but it's not okay for me to do it? I am only doing to Oskar Leube what Oskar Leube is willing to do to his opponents as well. We are leveling the playing field. That's all that's happening here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that for some reason, it is not okay for me to rake Oskar Leube's eyes, but it's okay for Oskar Leube to rake his eyes. Maybe some people have to be treated a little bit differently because they're favorites because of one reason or another, right? I've sat here in this chair and talked about 2 weights and 2 measurements. A beautiful Portuguese expression. And here we are again. I mean, you did put your succulent feet on the ropes as well. Yeah, I did. For fun. I put my feet on the ropes there so that Chasemos wouldn't feel special. And again, leveling up the playing field. I feel that if Oskar Leube, by any chance, would put his feet on the ropes at some point to try and win the match, no one would really say anything. You keep hearing me say this as well, and I really believe this, right? When the bell rings, anything goes. When the bell rings again, it's over. So I am very happy to show
cheats his way to victory again.
All right, Andy.
Offering a hand to Oskar Leube.
Show Oskar Leube some respect. He's a formidable opponent. Takes me to my limit. He doesn't take it and he wants to hit me. after the match is over. So this is the context. This is how we get to yesterday. Yesterday, RevPro ran their Live in London 85. The 229 saw Santos return to RevPro, this time on English soil, as he debuts in London for RevPro to take on Ricky Knight Jr. Valiant effort, great match, and as the match ends,
Santos offering that hand of respect, but after a war like that,
and Ricky doesn't give it to him.
thank you, Ricky. I said, didn't I? Ricky Knight Jr., he's got no room for what he perceives to be weakness.
Good, Ricky, great job. Great sportsmanship.
May not have earned the respect of Ricky Knight Jr., but without a doubt, he's earned the respect of all the people here.
I couldn't just sit idly by and watch this happen. I had to say something.
Eu não venho aqui para me intrometer no momento. Sorry, I'm not coming here to mess up with your moment. Give it up to Goldenboy, Santos. Great.
The centerpiece, showing some respect for Goldenboy.
I am so sorry about what he just did. That is not okay. What Rock AJ just did is not okay. I wish I could say that it's an exception, but it isn't. It's the rule, right? I've been a contender here for RevPro for 2.5 years. The moment I shed my skin and I decided to be a contender no more, they just stopped showing the respect that I've earned. Honestly, like, RKJ just did this. Shasemos doesn't show me the respect I've earned. Oskar Leube doesn't show me the respect I've earned. That's the way it is here. And I wanted to tell you that. I wanted to warn you that. We don't do that. We're different. From where we're from, we actually had to graft to make our names as opposed to being born lucky and ungrateful. Santos, I am sorry this happened, but I want to say, in the name of Revolution Pro Wrestling, I do show you respect. Welcome to RevPro.
Wonderful! He's going for a hug.
Yeah, maybe a hug is too forward, I'm sorry. Welcome to RevPro, Santos.
You can't really hear it here, but when I have the hand out, people just start like, shake his hand, oh, shake his hand, shake his hand. I'm not up for that. It's very funny that the RevPro audience just changes their opinion on handshakes and respect and everything, depending on who's in the ring and who's asking for it, as they are about to do. Funny enough, they're clearly trying to steal this moment for them, and this wasn't about them. This was about me and Goldenboy.
Shake his hand. Come on, Santos. Why would he respect him?
You don't get to do that. You don't get to treat me the way you've treated me and now be out here and talk about shaking my hand. This isn't about you. Don't want to listen about them. It's us.
Oh, come on. Santos just walking away from David Francisco. Absolute bollocks. The disrespect shown by that arsehole Santos. Where did you find him, Andy Quilden? Pathetic. Pathetic. And it seems that David Francisco's finding respect a little hard to come by here in Revolution Pro Wrestling, doesn't it?
Andy seems to have a lot of glee on all of this happening. What he didn't know is that I had a chance to just catch up with Santos backstage. I'll just say this, Santos didn't say anything. I did reinforce the point that people here at RevPro, they're not going to welcome you with open arms because that is not what they do. Being a contender has shown me that this respect thing is not given, is not earned. You have to go and claim your own respect. This isn't a family. It's professional wrestling. If you want respect, you have to make them give it to you without the pressure of us fans. Me in the conversation with him. Yes, I talked with Santos without you guys being there because you were being in the way. You were interrupting the points that I was making. I was talking with Santos, not with you. I don't want you involved in it. I'm sorry. Not everything needs to happen around and because of the fans. Some conversations need to happen privately. This idea of going and claiming respect, that brings me to the next point. Because that's exactly what I went and did later that day after Oskar Leube's match. He had a match with Leon Slater. All these matches, everything here, you can watch on RevPro On Demand, RevProOnDemand.com. It was a very good show yesterday, just like all the 229 shows are. It's just been a string of amazing shows, and this was just another one. Oskar gets hit with a couple of knees in the face. This time chose not to rake the eyes. People clap and celebrate him.
Watch out, David Francisco, that weasel!
And
what are you talking about? What's going on? Give me a break!
And Andy Quillen calling me a weasel. I think that is very unfair. He wasn't calling Oskar Leube a weasel when he tried to jump me after our match in Sheffield, but now he's calling me a weasel for basically giving Oskar Leube a receipt. It's okay for Oskar Leube to jump me, but it's not okay for me to jump him.
Hey, listen, if you show people respect, they don't do stuff like this, Andy Quillen.
Why would Oskar show him respect? He raked his eyes, he put his feet on the ropes, and now David Francisco's in a lot of trouble.
Oskar Leube also rakes the eyes and we don't say anything.
And Leube, oh, David Francisco, again, to the eyes of Oskar Leube. Give me a break.
You can't hit what you can't see, Andy.
Hang on, Goldenboy Santos in the ring.
I'm telling you this right now here. I'm confessing this to you. I want to make sure that this is clear because I'm not a hypocrite. If Oskar Leube rakes my eyes in a wrestling match, I am not going to be offended and I am not going to be angry at him because it's fair game. And the choice for it to be fair game is his because he brought it to the table when he raked Goldenboy Santos' eyes to win the match they had in Barcelona. Goldenboy comes out, breaks the ruckus.
He's picking a fight with Santos.
Whatever, Santos.
Whatever,
Loser.
Gideon.
Loser.
David Francisco, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And oh no!
Yes, Santos! You beautiful golden boy, Santos!
First of all, I want you to hear this. Hear this beautifully violent lariat right here. Listen, listen.
Get it. And oh no!
Yes, Santos! You beautiful golden boy, Santos! Yes, Santos!
Put your arms down.
Gideon celebrating like his favorite team just scored a goal. I love it. Let me take you through this moment here. The moment that Santos separates me, I am actually irritated. I had no idea why he was doing it and I was actually annoyed.
Come on, who's this guy
Now he's
picking
picking a
ourselves
fight with
doing?
Santos.
But then,
He's picking a fight with Santos.
at this moment here, he tells me, tell me when he is standing behind me. So if you see, I tell him.
What you wish for because you just might get it. And oh no!
Yes, Santos! You beautiful golden boy, Santos!
Santos told me afterwards that he stopped me from hitting the ruckus because he wanted to give Oskar Leube a false sense of safety. But at the same time, he said he wanted to be the one to take Oskar down. He wanted to make Oskar feel betrayed. The same way that Santos felt betrayed in Barcelona when someone that he considered a teammate, someone that he came up with together, they developed together, iron sharpened iron, and they enjoyed that process, went from there into betraying him in Barcelona by raking his eyes. So Santos wanted to do the same thing to him and have him feel the same thing. My face right there is a face of absolute delight. I am delighted that this is happening, and I am so happy that Santos got his payback. He got his revenge. He told him, I told you I'd get you. This is payback for him, and I'm glad that I was able to facilitate that for him. And this is what it feels like, Oskar. Oskar has been asking for this with his behavior.
Ironically, Oskar won with a rake to the eye.
Yeah, I'm glad you're bringing that up, Andy.
That matters. The ruckus
Give me a break.
Maybe the most beautiful ruckus I've ever hit.
matters. The ruckus
Give me a break. Give me a break.
It looks like there's respect there after all, Andy Quillen.
I'm telling him at this moment right here, everything that is happening, you asked for it. Remember this face? I did this to you. And then I knew that he was there.
Watch out, here's Shaw Samuels.
Come on.
Here's Shaw Samuels.
He's not even meant to be here tonight. Asshole.
Goldenboy Santos has just shown his true colours, and David Francisco is realising that it does not pay to make enemies everywhere you go.
For Andy Quillen, it depends if you're one of his chosen ones or not. If those people rake the eyes and cheat to win, it was just a day that it was an exception to the rule of their behavior. For other people, for example, Santos, if you're looking for retribution and for payback for what someone else done to you, you're showing your true colors. 2 weights, 2 measurements. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt as well. Look at this idiot right here. Look at this man right here. Ooh, I'm so angry. Look at me. Ooh, I'm coming for you. Ooh, the big schnitzel is angry. Look at him. Ooh, I'm so spooked. Oh no. Oh, look at that. Oh no. He busted his forehead with a brace of how angry and rushed he was. Oh god, what a doofus. Shaw Samuels getting in someone else's business like this is also, I don't know, reeks of desperation for attention. I left Samuels behind. I think I've been pretty clear about how I feel about him. And the fact that he wants to come out and just interfere in someone else's business isn't okay. But, fine. I am never going to earn Samuels' respect. Fine. Okay. But this now goes past that. I wouldn't interfere in Samuels' business like this, but he wants to come out and get his nose in other people's business. So the way I see it, he's also trying to jump me. So it's fair game. Just like Oskar was fair game, Samuels is fair game. If Santos wants a piece of the East End Butcher, then he can get some. I'll happily facilitate that. So yeah, I had a beautiful weekend. How was your weekend? Because I had a lot of fun.